What kind of maniacs are responsible for the Grand Theft Auto craze and those wonderful games? Well, today we have a video here with the co-creator on it, Dan Houser. We learn about the importance of what a wonderful father, what kind of influence they can have in your life on it. So Lex Fridman, take us away here.
Past, handsome, bold, and refined.
Topic. You dedicated the book to your mom and dad, and in particular, you wrote to my father, who died while I was finishing the book. What have you learned about life from your dad?
To show up, to be present, to go.
The geniuses in the world you see, they all have one thing in common. I mean, do I really need to point it out here? Do I really need to point it out? Just take it as a statement of fact here. You can see it all over the place.
Go to work every day, to love creative things. You know, he was a lawyer, but he was also a jazz musician, and he did both to the best of his abilities, you know, and that to value family as more important than either of those things.
Now, modern woman might push back on this here a little bit, or the manosphere, valuing the family above your own personal happiness. Why, it's an abomination, blasphemy going on now. But I'll suffer through the rest of the video, and you will as well.
You know, he was a present guy, I think, and you know, he loved books, always loved films, loved music.
Another rotten.
Wasn't into video games, but liked that we were doing weird things.
Was he proud of you?
Yeah. I think so. I hope so. And he was for a lawyer, he really venerated at some level giving the man the quote unquote the man the finger. Like, you know, whenever life goes crazy, he just was always on the side of the underdog and the ridiculous. And I think that, you know, he always wanted to answer people back, always give the silly comment. And I certainly, you know, taken that from him to my detriment probably, but it makes life more fun. Like
that particular thing you notice also in very successful people, they pretty much always share that same trait where you could call them a bit of a jerk, maybe an asshole variety. But their families, usually the father, perhaps the mother, are always antagonistic towards the system. They teach them to push back here, don't just accept it. They get a little irascible, a little bit of cantankerousness inherited from them when they venture out, and now they're no longer just thinking, well, what about, I need to do this? Okay, let's do that. Let's go here. Now, they always have a way of seeing things a little bit differently, even if they necessarily shouldn't. Just that has been so ingrained into their psyche that whenever something does pop up, their first thought is not, oh, yes, sir. It's, where is this going wrong? What can we change? Or why are they telling this to me? Is this even right? And that goes, any innovator has that in them. So while there may be trouble at school or at home, bunch of rude little hellions, you need those sort of people in the world eventually. Could have years of detrimental headaches and all sorts of things dealing with them, but there comes a day when those people are the ones who drive forward the society.
He always would just say the obnoxious thing and just didn't give a fuck. And that was, you know, I think that was probably quite inspiring.
So you have a bit of that in you.
Unfortunately so, yes. Not good at shutting up, not good at towing the line.
I think I speak for most of human civilization that fortunately you have that as part of who you are, because it comes through your stories.
I think it made school difficult.
Yes, a lot of those people are like that. They really only have two paths in life, don't they? If you peer out into the earth here, you see them on one hand, successful ones like here, creating things, harnessing that power for good things, could be even, the dreaded name, Bezos or Musk. Innovators. On the other side, snapback, rude, antagonistic, lowlifes usually end up where? In a room they're not allowed to leave legally. prison time.
They sent me to this very formal school.
Yeah.
That was like, it might as well have been set in the 1870s, in the 1990s. But then they want, I was always getting in trouble just for not for doing anything that wrong, just answering teachers back all of the time.
Spotlight shine bright all on me.
Goddamn ad popping up in here. Why?
Couldn't be quiet.
How often do you think about mortality? Are you personally yourself afraid of death?
Well, my father passed away in May. So a lot more.
Now, I'll pause the video there. For what I really want to focus on here is that topic of little hellions, little bastards, troublemakers. You go to school and what happens to them? They are sent off to the principal's office, given referral, given the dreaded call home to mommy and daddy. Well, maybe not daddy these days because there's so many single mothers, but anyway, the ones who don't fit in with the mold here are punished for it. If they don't conform to the normal, the teachers get too much trouble. They get too much of a headache. They don't want to put up with that sort of child. But those are the very sorts who come through for society, who, in the end, are praised, elevated at a high status in there. And without those sorts, you don't really go anywhere at all because everyone else stays in the line of the sheep. Boom, 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 boom. So when you've got a little asshole like that, causing trouble, making mischief, well, you might just take a breath of air. Take a breath of air now and think, oh yes, I'm sure one day this reprobate here will be the savior of mankind. That sound accurate? Well, anyway, that's enough random for now. Boys and gals, as always, young Mr. Ghostmas here. Let's take a little break. Let's fire up that catchy theme song I made.